What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to a couple of subscribers for showing love to Too Raw for TV. I want to give a shout out to the brother Elijah Merritt for the $50 donation via the Cash App. Much respect to Elijah, a longtime subscriber to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. Been rocking with me since at least 2015. Salute to you for showing love to the channel. And I want to give a shout out to Jose B. Alejandro for the $20 donation via the Cash App. Leaves a note saying, "Thank you for reviving NBA unbiased coverage." Thank you, man. Look, I'm not going to say that I don't have my biases. I do. We all have our biases. But at the very least, I try to be fair and I try to be objective. Now, some people don't like my stances on certain players. But if you really look at how I view these players, I don't think that I'm being unfair. I'm not sitting up here saying that, LeBron is in top 20 or top 10 or something like that. I just don't think he's the GOAT. I think that to a certain extent, media manipulation and manufacturing is promoting this stuff, So, but thank you once again for showing love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. And yes, the image is back. The thumbnails are back. Sorry for the technical issues I've been dealing with over the past week and a half or 2 weeks. All right. So Demar Derozan, and I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Demar Derozan had something interesting to say about the whole MVP thing. All right. Speaking to Joe Varden, Law Murray, and Bob Kravitz of The Athletic, Demar Derozan said an MVP should preferably play, quote, all 82 games, minimum 78 games. As far as winning that award. I don't know if I would say that he only has to play, that he has to play at all 82. Injuries do occur. Things happen. I generally feel that an MVP should play in over 70 games. Minimum. I believe an MVP should play in over 70 games. Minimum. That's me. 70 games. 75 games preferably. I know players do miss games for injuries here and there. Sometimes there's even suspensions. So I don't expect everybody to play all 82 games. But what's getting ridiculous is the amount of players who aren't injured. Excuse me, I'm not talking about KD or LeBron or even AD. These guys are getting injured or whatever. I'm talking about these guys who are low managing and missing 10, 15 games off of low managing when they could be playing 60 games when you could be playing 75 games. Depriving fans of watching their favorite players play when you really could go out there and play basketball, but you just don't want to do it. Why? Because you just don't feel up to it. And why? You're gonna get paid anyway. So yeah, I agree in spirit. I don't know about whether it has to be 78 to 82, but somewhere in that range, whatever your common sense is to me, whatever your common sense is when it comes to that number or that particular situation. Like, Bill Walton won MVP in 77-78 despite only playing in 58 games. Now, you can make an argument that maybe it should have went to someone else, maybe Kareem, but I understand why they gave it to Bill Walton that year, because the last game that Bill played, which was like, I don't know, the 58th or 59th game of the season, or the 60th game of the season, Bill Walton suffered a season-ending injury, and it wound up being the last game he played for Portland. Portland went 58-24 that year, but when he was hurt, Portland was 50-8. Portland was 50-8 when Bill Walton got hurt. They were on pace to win 60-something games, maybe approaching 70, and they were the odds-on favorite to win the championship that year. But, it didn't happen. So, yeah, generally speaking, I tend to agree with Demar Derozan that an MVP should play almost every game. I would say minimum 70, but preferably 75. But tell me what you guys think.